In this video, we'll be playtesting the generic Russian RATNIK Rifleman. Is spamming a bunch of this soldier broken? Let's test and see. If you want to receive updates on our Kickstarter, click on the link in the description below. The Russian player won the role for primary player. The American player picked the mission Cut Off Reinforcements. To win, the American player has to collect 5 markers to show he controls Interstate 95. The Russian player places all 5 Interstate 95 markers. The Russian player has to defeat all 6 American National Guardsmen. Alright, we've got our game table set up. We've got our Russian forces here. Moving across the game table, we have our Interstate 95 tokens and our American forces on this side of the table. All right, so tell us what you did with your forces.
I set them up in a line. They're pretty much going to go up. They're going to try to get the Interstate 95 markers from right and above. Also, I put one unit here that can get into this building and provide cover fire. I made sure to keep my commander in the center of my force so then they can all get his bonuses that he hands out.
I've got 5 Russian RATNIK soldiers. We're playtesting the generic Russian Private Smirnov. So even though you can see that we've got a breacher model and we've got a minigunner model, in this game, all these models are going to be representing just the generic 2-point Russian RATNIK soldier. So my pieces all have an initiative of 15. So I move first. I will use the run ability to double my speed and move all these guys up like this.
Alright, so my leader allows me to add movement already, so I have a 6 movement. So I'm going to move these 2 directly embarking into this building. 5, 6, they're 6 away, so they're able to move directly in. The rest of my unit, these 3, will be running, so they get to double their movement. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Move him up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Move him in there. I believe that was actually 10 squares and I counted wrong. And then this last guy will be boarding this building. So then later on in the game, he can provide cover fire.
All right, my pieces are going to embark into this building. These pieces are going to embark in this building. And that'll end my round.
All right, so as I move forward, I'm going to go ahead and these guys will be embarking since I control that building now. And then one of the ones that are already in here, he's going to go ahead and step out 1, 2. Base contact, he'll collect this marker and then come back into the building. So now I have a victory point.
All right, at the end of round 2, we can see all the action is focused on this side of the board. The Russians have taken control of these 2 buildings. The Americans have taken control of these 2 buildings.
So now at round 3, my Javelin missile launcher is going to declare cover fire.
All right, my guys are going to disembark from the building and they're going to move up next to this building here in preparation for next turn.
And to do so, you had to make a run action out of that building.
Right. I'll do the same with this one. I'm trying to keep them out of line of sight of your Javelin missile launcher guy that's over in that other building.
All right, so on my turn, I'll have Kelly step up. He's going to end up shooting the first Rifleman here. His ability, he can shoot 3 times, and if he ever kills a model, he can go ahead and move on to another model and shoot him. So the first shot, I need a 6 or above to damage him. I got a 1, so I missed. The second shot is a 4, so I miss again. Third shot is a 7, so I do remove that model. It does 1 damage. All right, so the next model is going to be Sergeant Snell, and something to note is Kelly actually only does 1 damage, and the RATNIK soldiers have 2 health, so he'll be shooting the same one that Kelly shot. And 2, so I missed. I needed a 4. All right, so next guy I'm going to shoot with is my Grenader. Lewis will take a shot. He needs a 3 or higher to hit. And I got a 9, so it does do that 1 last damage to remove this model. All right, now I have 2 generic riflemen. They'll be shooting at this last RATNIK soldier possible, and they both need 6s. And I got a 4 and a 1, so they both miss.
Wow, bad luck. All right, I am going to board your building. So my guys all pile in, and they are unable to attack this round because they're boarding. So you will have an opportunity to shoot at my guys as they're coming through the door.
All right, so first off, I'll shoot my 2 basic riflemen. They need 6 or above to hit. And I got a 5 and a 6, so I do 1 damage to one of the E RATNIK soldiers. The next one will be Kelly. He needs 6 up. He'll be shooting at the one that is damaged first, so needing a 6, needing another 6, and he got it, so that would remove the 1 model. And then his third shot will be shooting at the next RATNIK soldier. And he got a 10, so he does hit with that shot.
And that's an automatic hit, so in any case that would hit.
And then next will be Sergeant Snell. He needs a 4 up to hit that damaged RATNIK soldier that Kelly just hit. And he ended up getting a 6, so that would be another hit and removing a model. The last one is the Grenader Lewis, and he needs a 3 up to hit, an 8, so he goes ahead and does 1 damage to the next RATNIK soldier.
All right, so I've got 2 RATNIK soldiers left. The most dangerous guy in this situation that you have is Kelly, who's your machine gunner. So I will shoot him. I'm too close to use my grenade launcher, so I'm using just my base weapon, and I need an aim of, or I have an aim of 3, so I need a 3. I get a 2. So now my other guy shoots at Kelly and gets a 7. So Kelly takes the damage, and he only has 1, so he's removed.
So my 2 basic riflemen will start it off. They need a 6 to hit the damaged RATNIK soldier, so needing 6, miss. The second basic rifleman got a 4, so they both miss. Moving on to Sergeant Snell. He needs a 4 to hit, and he got an 8, so that would remove another model. All right, so the only other person left in the squad is my Grenader, and he needs a 3 to hit that last RATNIK soldier. Got a 10, so it does do 1 damage to the last RATNIK soldier.
All right, the only thing that happened during round 5 was the continuation of this boarding action. There is 1 Russian soldier left and 4 Americans. All right, so I am going to shoot at your Grenader. I'd rather take out your squad leader since he's the one that gives your additional movement and everything to your people, but I can't kill him in 1 turn. So I will shoot. I need a 3 to hit your Grenader, and I get a 4. So I do 1 point of your Grenader, and your Grenader only has 1 point, so he's removed.
All right, so my 2 basic riflemen will go ahead and take pot shots at the last RATNIK soldier. They need a 6. I got a 10 and a 6, so they will both hit him, which will end up killing him, removing him. So at this point, I will actually have won the game, even though I have not picked up all the markers, because one of the victory conditions in Incursion America is that the enemy force is completely wiped out.
If you enjoyed this video, we'd like you to join our user community. Please like, subscribe, share, and provide us with your comments. We need your help to build a better game. So, what'd you take away from the game?
So, the main points of this game was to try to test out if you spammed a low point person in the RATNIK squad, if it was better than taking the high point commanders and specialty units. And we saw that the RATNIK soldiers in previous games that we've played could just completely wipe out the Americans, and there was a problem with that. So we tweaked the rules a little bit, and in this game, when we were testing out the spam of the 2-point guy, it didn't work because they weren't able to have the firepower. They had to wait outside the building. They weren't able to move at a lower initiative. So the 2 extra points you would pay for a commander instead of the basic RATNIK soldier gives you the ability to really finesse your squad. So
because it allows you to lower your initiative down so the Americans don't get that round of shooting on you while you're standing outside the building.
Yep, and it's just it's all around more of a finesse game. You can't just throw your guys out there and run forward. You gotta actually think about what you're doing, and with just 2-point generic guys, you don't get any special abilities. You just get to run your guys out there, and hopefully they don't become cannon fodder. And in this game, they ended up becoming cannon fodder. So
yeah, you actually won pretty easily. You had 4 of your 6 guys left at the end.
Yeah, and my javelin missile never did anything other than provide cover fire back here. And he only got to really do that 1 turn, and then you were up and top, and he never actually provided cover fire. He just stated that he was providing cover fire.
Right. I was able to hide behind the building, so you never had line of sight to me to be able to affect.
Yep. And so in the next game, what we'll end up probably testing out is we're going to have 3 of the basic RATNIK soldier, and we're going to have 1 of the commander, and see if that changes anything. And that's just the next fear, is that you can spam things. Once we get up into mechs, they cost more points, and in this point values, you could have 1 mech versus 10 guys, and that could be a problem. So we'll just slowly test out things until the game rules are balanced, because you don't want to have one thing just rule the day and everybody want to play that.